Y2K 18.04.24, and this is Do-Rag Wisdom. 196 days until the midterms, and I really understand why Jimmy Dore hates the Democratic Party of this era. I will never forget the first 2 years of President Obama's administration, when Democrats had control of both Senate and the House. At the same time, I will never forget the bloody battle waged in those first 2 years by the GOP minority. I believe that in many ways they succeeded in undermining the Obama agenda in those first vital 2 years. And in 2010, when the midterms arrived, the public believed the vociferous lies of the GOP minority and made the greatest and most tragic mistake in their entire lives when they handed over our legislature and many of our state governorships to the GOP. You know, Rick Snyder there in Michigan, the governor there, was one of those who was flushed into our lives in that wave. And years later, children have been contaminated for life by lead water pollution under his watchful and gentle GOP administration. Now, the shoe is on the other foot. And the Democrats are in the minority. And when you would expect them to respond in turn, especially since now our government is truly under the control of a truly Putinist traitor, we get this theme. Instead, from Chuck Schumer, that is, we will work with Trump when he is doing infrastructure or some other constructive agenda, but not when he is hurting our country. The GOP wouldn't work with Obama at all, no matter what he did. Jimmy Dore hates these bastards because they are insincere, mealy-mouthing scumbags. The Democrats now, in the minority, are making the worst and not the best of it. They should not fear being obstructionists, because unlike the GOP, who want fascism and child molester rule, the Democrats are supposed to be for something much better. But they refuse to wage a bloody battle for it, as the GOP did. Meanwhile, the GOP has robbed us of a bona fide Supreme Court seat and has shoved in their choice a right-wing religious extremist activist. When I expected a deafening rebuke of this crime, the Democrats responded not even in a still, small voice. They allowed the Gorsuch nomination to go forward with mostly silence. The Democrats even attended hearings, which the GOP did not even allow for the Obama choice, Merrick Garland. And by the way, Supreme Court Justice Kennedy is retiring soon. No wonder Jimmy Dore hates these turds. There was a tax ripoff that the GOP put through with the help of Democrats. Mike Pompeo, teabagger, homophobic, Islamophobic, neocon, warmonger bastard, will be confirmed thanks in part to at least 3 Democrats. No wonder Jimmy Dore hates the Democratic Party of this era. Thanks to Democratic silence, the traitor Trump is pushing through his lower court nominees. Thanks to Democratic silence, Trump picked a cabinet dedicated to our annihilation. Thanks to the Democratic silence, we have Suet Pruitt, Stinky Zinky, Mucky Mnuchin, Dildo Ross, and Retchie D-Vomit in our cabinet. Thanks to Democratic silence, we now have 2 of the greatest warmongers near traitor Trump's malignant ear. In Pompeo, as mentioned above, and in revolting Bolton. If Trump was a Democrat and was black, you can believe that the GOP would be in attack mode 24 freaking hours a day with the help of their personal media outlet, Fox News. Too bad that only truly left-wing media outlets appear on YouTube alone and not on mainstream television alongside MSNBC. Full disclosure, I get most of my news from MSNBC and never considered them a progressive alone channel like Fox is for conservatives. There are many Democrats that I admire and respect. I only wish that they had more power in their party. I understand why Jimmy Dore hates this era's Democratic Party. In a time when this country is under attack by a Kremlinian candidate, a traitor Trump and his enabling party, all bound to destroy our republic, the Democrats can sure take the shit, and they cannot dish it out, as the GOP did quite effectively when Obama was in charge, when the GOP malignant party was in the minority. I understand why Jimmy Dore despises this Democratic superdelegates party, this corporatist party disgusted by pure liberalism, this opposing party that opposes almost nothing as Nero fiddles while we burn. The Democrats need an agenda to defeat the fascist traitors, and they've helped to give us Mike Pompeo instead. Yes! I also despise this party, but will vote for whomever they run because I would rather have a piece of shit running our country than traitor Trump. Too bad no one else like me is going to vote for a pile of shit, which is what the Democratic Party is of this era to our tragic 2018 and 2020 consequences.